Hey guys, I'm going to film without video today and just do audio. I've been up here working at the school all day and sweaty and just not something I want to give out to the few of you that watch this. So we're going to take today to kind of look at OneNote. And if you were in class and paid attention, you probably already got most of this. But just kind of as a refresher if you need it, let's talk a little bit about your OneNote pages, all right? So when you open it for the first time, you should be on this. This is called the splash page, and it's the welcome tab. So you've got several things here. You've got the bio, which tells you a little bit about me. All right. It's the same thing that's on the website, by the way. Just kind of my background, a few pictures that I really like that I put on there so you can get to know me a little bit. The second thing you'll have is your syllabus. And there's a whole separate video on the syllabus, and you can see it's linked right here. But we also have where you can print it out here, whether it's a PDF or even a PowerPoint slide if you want to view it in what I originally had it in. Don't ask me why it's in PowerPoint. I don't know. And here's the actual version of it. If you don't want to click on anything, you can look right here, and all the information you need, the overview anyway of my class is right here. All right. And again, there's a whole separate video on this. I just wanted you to know where you can find it at any point. All right. The last thing that's in this welcome section is going to be an academic integrity tab, and this is going to be most of your, if not all of your classes should have this. I apologize for the slow loading. This is why I don't use the online version of OneNote typically. It just gives you the basics of, how it works in a hybrid learning model where, it's very easy to cheat or share information or give some of the material that your teachers work really hard on putting together to other people. And we would just like you to refrain from doing that. And this is that policy. Every teacher should have this posted, okay? Now, the next section, and I'm not going to have your names up yet because I haven't loaded any of you in. We're going to do that on the first day of school. But yours will basically look like this. You're going to have a weekly agenda. If you click on that tab, it'll have week by week. Now, as this shows up for you guys, most teachers are going to have this where it's not going to be distributed to you. You're going to have to click on the content library, all right? Real simple. Content library is things that you can view, but you can't edit. If it's in your notebook, you can view and edit it, all right? So this is my material, and so I can change it whenever I need to without it having to redistribute to you guys or sending you an update every time. If we go a little slow one day or something interrupts class, this way I can alter it without having to redistribute, okay? So, but it tells you what we're doing week to week, and I'm going to try to make sure by Monday morning this is posted for each week. Again, this is a tentative schedule. Things come up that change it, but hopefully this is the way it'll work. Stuff that's highlighted are things that you're going to need to do, okay? They're going to be they're assignments. Usually they're graded assignments, okay? At the bottom of your weekly assignment, you'll have grades for the week, and you can see that it says journal entries and discussion, and then it says 3 because there's 3 of them. All 3 of them together are going to add up to 1 daily grade. And I know in some classes that doesn't seem like, it's not worth it. We don't have a ton of daily grades, so just remember that, okay? Also, it says OneNote setup and sample page completed, and then / also an email response to Mr. Morris. Those also count as a daily grade. That's just to prove to me you can use the 2 basic necessities in this class, which are OneNote and your email. There are other things, but those for sure. Now, again, it's going to vary on your classes, but at least to begin with, I'm going to have an area here where it says submission zone right here, and all the graded assignments go in here. So you can see, here's your first journal entry. I've got a space for you to respond. Your second journal entry, third journal entry, and then it gives you the directions on how to do your sample OneNote and email, all right? So everything you'll need to do can be posted right there. Now, obviously, it won't have the weekly agenda too, but you'll have a tab in your folder, which we don't have those over here, but they'll typically reside right over here. And it'll say classwork / or classwork and homework. And then you'll have this exact same thing, but yours will pick up right here. All right. You won't have all of this. You'll have to go to content library to see it. Okay. All right. And that's where, you're going to spend the majority of your time in my course is going to be in this section. Now, I'll also include videos and some other things, and this will get a little bit more complex as we move through the year, but I wanted to start you out easy, okay? Second tab you're going to have is Bellwork. And this will give you instructions on how to do Bellwork week to week. Again, I'm hoping to have it all posted on a Monday morning. You will have this where you can edit it. It will also be in the content library, so if you accidentally delete things, you can always come back to it, all right? But this will have what we do, and sometimes it'll be Nearpod. I've got the codes that you'll need. Sometimes it will be just a response in a workspace, like here on the Friday one, all right? And again, if that's the case, I'll have a workspace area for you to post in, okay? Now, bell ringers are kind of important because they're going to be the jump off for our discussion on a day-to-day basis, so make sure you pay attention to that, all right? The final section, and you'll get these as they come available. See, the teacher-only section, you won't see that. That's where tests and quizzes are going to be until I make them live, and I'll put them in here. So we may see... we may use all of our tests and quizzes in here. Most of your testing, your formal assessment for me this year is going to be open book or project-based, and therefore it's okay to send it out electronically, so you'll be able to do that. Because of the open-ended nature of my questions, it's very obvious when people are cheating, so I want to encourage you, when you get these, unless it's assigned as group work, you need to make sure you do the work, all right? So that's going to be the basics of the OneNote. Now you will have sections here in the content library. I'll have another tab probably that'll have videos and some other things, and you're welcome to pull those and put them in your notebook how you see fit. Remember, OneNote is basically the same thing as your binder, except it's electronic, and you don't have to write it as far as handwriting, which is a blessing for many of you, especially the boys in my classrooms. So what you can do is you can take any of the material that you want that I've done and put it in a file that you decide. You can put the tabs wherever you want. You can name them what you want. You can even customize them however you want. Now, it's kind of hard on your phone. So remember, you'll probably need to do this on a laptop, and you can do those if you have a computer at home or your own laptop or here in the lab, okay, or borrowing one of our laptops. But you'll be able to do that. It'll also have a place for you to take notes and keep up with them. And if you're given a handout or something, you can take a picture and load it into here. It makes it very, very what's the word I'm looking for here? I just went blank. Convenient. There we go. It's not even a hard word. It'll make it very convenient for you if you can keep up with all of that, okay? And you can add in pages and do all of that sort of thing. And, each teacher's going to have a few different nuances they'll add to this, but overall, this is kind of what we're looking for, okay? So, whether you're in class live or you're doing this from a distance learning perspective, you'll have access to this and be able to feel like you're part of the class, all right? As we go on, I'll add in some more information here for those of you who are learning at home. We'll have an opportunity for you to zoom in on some of these classes. Not every class day is going to be a useful one for you to be in. Remember, a lot of this is discussion-based, and that poses problems for you being in lecture if I'm recording it, because I'm not supposed to record students. So, but I'll make sure you have everything you need. But this is going to be the hub right here, this weekly agenda, all right? I'll tell you the basics. Now, we're going to do a little more each day, but the stuff you really need to know, if you were going to sum it up to a quick, thumbnail version of it, this is it, okay? So guys, I hope that this kind of made sense. Trust me, as you do this, it'll get easier and easier to the point of where it'll be old hat to you, okay? So anyway, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to view this. I hope it's helpful, and I hope you continue to do well in this class. And if you are struggling, please, by all means, come see me. No one should ever have a hard time in my class, and I hope that none of you do.